What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. Now in today's video we're taking a look at the best shotguns that you want to be taking into Beyond Light. We've been taking a look at a few archetypes of weapons ahead of the DLC, which is merely 40 days away. So if you want to make sure you have the best weapons at your disposal on November 10th, then be sure to stick around and check out the video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating down below, that super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new here and want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now as we said in the intro of this video, we've covered a few archetypes of weapon already, and in this series we've covered off the hand cannon and the sniper rifle. If you haven't checked out those videos, I'll leave the link to both of those in the video description below, so be sure to check them out if you haven't seen those already. If you have seen those and you're after the best shotguns ahead of Beyond Light, then this is most definitely the video for you. Now the first shotgun that we're going to be taking a look at today is the Astral Horizon. This is a legendary kinetic shotgun. This is an aggressive frame, so it's hard hitting, has high recoil, and increases the rate of fire after a kill. Now if you don't have an Astral Horizon, you can get this through the Trials of Osiris. The rewards do vary week on week. However, if you've unlocked it as part of your loot table, you may be able to get one to drop as a result of handing in Trials tokens. Now we do try to keep you up to date with everything to do with Trials here on the channel. We do a Trials reset video every Friday, roughly an hour after Trials goes live, so be sure to keep posted on that to see if this weapon becomes available soon. Now whilst this weapon is obtainable through PvP, it has some great options when it comes to PvE as well. So with that in mind, if we take a look at the magazine options, you have some great choices available here. Appended mag and tactical mag are here as well. These provide either boost your stability or reload speed, as well as increasing your magazine size. The key standout though on the Astral Horizon, as it is an aggressive frame and has a slow rate of fire, is Assault Mag, as this not only increases its stability but also improves its rate of fire as well. Now when it comes to main legendary intrinsic traits, you have a few options here. You have things like Slide Shot, which partially reloads your magazine as well as boosting your range and stability. You also have Fill Prep and Auto Loading Holster, and those are some really strong perks for PvE. In terms of the final column, you have two real standout perks here. You have Swashbuckler, which increases the weapon's damage from a melee kill, and this will stack up to 5 times. Another real contender here though is 1-2 punch, so hitting an enemy with every pellet in the shot increases your melee damage for a short duration, and this is very strong, and you'll see this on a lot of the shotguns throughout our video today. And when it comes to crucible rolls though, you most definitely want to be looking for either Light Mag, which will boost your range and improve your reload speed, or Accurize rounds, which provide a flat +10 to your range. Outside that though, for main legendary traits, the two standouts for me is Quick Draw in the middle column, where this weapon can be drawn unbelievably fast, and in the final column you have Opening Shot, which improves its accuracy and range on the opening shot of attack. And if you pair that with a range masterwork too, you have a very long range and hard hitting shotgun indeed. And finally, the Astral Horizon was introduced with Season of the Worthy back in Season 10, so as a result has a power cap of 1310, which means this will last you up until Season 14, the penultimate season towards the end of Year 4. So if you don't have one of these, be sure to hop into Trials if it's in the loot table for that week. Now the next shotgun on our list is the Ikelos SG V1.0.2. This is a legendary energy shotgun. This one though is a rapid fire frame, so it fires in full auto with deeper ammo reserves, and you have a faster reload as well when the magazine is empty. Now if you don't have one of these, the version 2 of the Ikelos shotgun is available from the Prophecy dungeon. It's a random drop. I got mine from the final boss, so if you don't have one, you most definitely will need to jump into the Prophecy before the end of the season, as it won't be available initially when Beyond Light launches. Now if we start off with PvE, in the magazine column you have the choices between Light Mag, Appended Mag and Tactical Mag as preferred choices here. But if you're looking for a balance between improving the range on this weapon as well as improving the reload speed, then Light Mag will be the standout choice. In the middle column, when looking at legendary traits though, this has some pretty incredible perks. You have Feeding Frenzy, where rapid kills with this weapon progressively increase the reload speed for a short time, and on a rapid fire frame which has 7 in the mag, that can be very useful indeed. Another option, and a personal favourite of mine, is Threat Detector. This is where you have increased reload, stability and handling when enemies are in close proximity. So if you're going to be rushing into groups of ads, then this is actually a top tier perk, and I use this a lot on the Seraph and Ikelos weapons. And in the final column for PvE, we have many choices indeed. You have things like Vorpal Weapon, which improves your damage against bosses, vehicles and any guardians with their super active. But you also have Trench Barrel alongside Surrounded or even Rampage. So depending on your playstyle and what extra damage dealing perks that you prefer, you have them all available with the exception of 1-2 punch. Now if you're looking for the Crucible role though, then Light Mag or Accurized Rounds again is the magazine of choice. You have the choice here as well of moving target in the middle column, which improves your movement speed and target acquisition when you're moving and aiming down sights. And in the final column for PvP, the real standout one I guess is Vorpal Weapon, which improves your damage against bosses, vehicles, and any guardians with their super active. So any extra damage you can do against guardians inside the Crucible is a massive win on this shotgun. And finally, this shotgun was reissued this season. So as a result, it has a power cap of 1360 and will last you all the way up until the end of year 4 in season 15. So if you don't have one, be sure to jump into the Prophecy dungeon to see if you can get your hands on one. Now the next shotgun on our list is Hawthorne's Field Forge shotgun. This is a legendary kinetic shotgun. This one though is a lightweight frame, so it has superb handling and you also move faster when you have this weapon equipped. Now if you don't have this one, this is actually a world drop, so you can get this from pretty much any legendary engram that drops out in the world, but also Master Rahul and the Gunsmith are two other great sources if you hand in materials or legendary shards there. Now whilst this shotgun can be quite difficult to obtain, it has some pretty incredible perks, especially for PvE. If we have a look at the magazine column, you again have the options of Light Mag and Tactical Mag, but also Assault Mag, which once again will further improve the rate of fire on this weapon. Now in terms of legendary traits for PvE, you want to be looking for either Field Prep or Grave Robber in the middle column. Now Grave Robber is where melee kills reload a portion of the weapon's magazine, and if you compare this with 1-2 punch, which is what I have on mine, then it means you can use the increased damage on that melee to defeat enemies, which automatically reload your shotgun, and that will keep you in the action for longer. A few other great options though is Full Auto, which is available in the middle column, where holding down the trigger will fire this weapon in full auto, optimizing your rate of fire. But also you have the option of Surrounded in the final column, and this will provide bonus damage when 3 or more enemies are in close proximity to you. And when it comes to Crucible, naturally we'll be looking at Accurized Rounds or Light Mag to boost our range, and where possible improve our reload speed. And if you go with Full Auto in the middle column, you can get Opening Shot in the final column. And once again, this improves your accuracy and range on the opening shot of attack. Now, whilst you don't see this much inside the Crucible, if you can get the right rolls for PvE, this will be an absolute god tier weapon going into Beyond Light. Now, this weapon was reissued back in Season 9, the Season of Dawn, so as a result has a power cap of 1260, so it will last you up until the end of Season 12 and sunsets in Season 13. So this will be useful for you going into Beyond Light, but you will need to look to replace it at the end of the initial season. Now, the next shotgun on our list is a personal favourite of mine, and this is the 7th Seraph CQC-12 Legendary Energy Shotgun. This one's a lightweight frame as well, so again it has superb handling and you also move faster with this weapon equipped. Now if you don't have one of these were issued back in Season 10 but are still available as part of the Umbral engrams over at the Prismatic Recaster, so if you don't have one, be sure to keep an eye out for some of the roles that we're going to be going over in this video. Now as I said, it is a personal favourite of mine, so much so I made a video dedicated to it. Now in terms of the roles for PvE, Assault Mag, Tactical Mag or Appended Mag are your key options here. Assault Mag is great because not only is this a lightweight frame with a fast rate of fire, but Assault Mag, as we know, will improve your rate of fire further. Now in terms of the middle column, you have some great PvE perks here. You have things like Lead from Gold, where picking up heavy ammo also grants ammo for this weapon, but also auto-loading holster, where holstering this weapon will automatically reload it after a short time. A personal favourite of mine though is still Quick Draw, as this can still be drawn unbelievably fast and is very useful even in PvE. In terms of the final column though, the two shout out ones for PvE is either Trench Barrel, where after a successful melee hit, this weapon gains increased damage, handling and reload for a short duration or until 3 shots are fired. And the other option, and the perk that I have on mine, is Vorpal Weapon, which provides increased damage against bosses, vehicles and guardians with their super active, and that is very noticeable even on a lightweight frame shotgun. Now if you're looking for an out and out PvP role though, then Accurized Rounds will be the magazine of choice, as this will give you a straight +10 boost to your range. You also have the option of either Quick Draw, which we had on the PvE role, but also Slide Shot, which partially reloads the magazine, but also boosts your range and stability. And in the final column, you have a few choices. You can either use Vorpal Weapon, as we already mentioned, or you could potentially use Snapshot Sights, where you have faster time to aim down sights. A lot of this will come down to personal preference, but I feel having the extra damage against guardians with their supers on a lightweight frame shotgun is very powerful indeed, and is definitely not one to be slept on. Now, as I said, this was introduced back in Season of the Worthy, so as a result has a power cap of 1310. So this will last you all the way up until Season 14, the penultimate season towards the end of Year 4. So if you don't have this, guys, then be sure to chase one down and get a role that will suit you, not just for PvE, but also PvP. Now, the last but by no means least shotgun on our list today is Felwinters Lie. This is a legendary energy shotgun. This is a unique frame called Shot Package, which is an aggressive frame shotgun which has been modified to form a more uniform pellet spread. Now, this weapon was introduced back in Season 10 as part of the Lie quest, which was specific to Season of the Worthy. So if you didn't grab it back in Season 10, then unfortunately this weapon would no longer be available. However, be sure to check out the CQC shotgun we just covered, as we can get a lot of similar perks on this, albeit different archetype of shotgun. Now, Felwinters Lie actually rolls with a curated roll, which allows us to choose between a set number of perks. Now, in the magazine, you are fixed with accurized rounds, which provides a +10 to your range. Now, in the middle column, you have the choice of either slide shot or quick draw. Again, some of this will go down to personal preference, but the most PvE centric perk out of those two is most likely slide shot, as this partially reloads the weapon's magazine, as well as helping boost your range and stability. Now, in the final column, again, we have a couple of choices here. You have either opening shot, which is probably the most PvP centric perk, which will improve your accuracy and range on the opening shot of attack, but you also have the choice of Vorpal Weapon, which will provide increased damage to bosses, vehicles, and any guardians with their super active. Now, as an aggressive frame shotgun, you may not require Vorpal Weapon too much inside the Crucible. So with that in mind, this may be the perk of choice when you're thinking about a PvE role. However, when it comes to the Crucible though, you most definitely want to be going with accurized rounds, quick draw, and opening shot, as this will allow you to draw the weapon unbelievably fast, but also improve your range on the opening shot of attack as well. Now, as I mentioned before, this was introduced back in Season 10, so as a result, has a power cap of 1310, so it will last you all the way up until Season 14, the penultimate season towards the end of Year 4. So there we have it, guys, the 5 key standout shotguns that I believe you should be trying to obtain ahead of Beyond Light. There are a few other shotguns that are really strong in this current season. If you feel they are worthy of this list, then be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new here, I want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, but I will catch you all again very soon.